Hello and welcome to more Bloodsouls. We're still fighting Dancer. It's embarrassing. I might have to speed up the video so when we beat it, if it takes too long. But not yet, because I got a little topic last time we talked about Cyberpunk, and I am still enjoying it. Since last episode I watched a little more. Still very good, but I when I talked about Cyberpunk, I was like heavy on the fact that, some people are just like really upset about how it turned out. But I truly wonder how, right? They don't have a backstab. Just checking. They don't have a backstab. Hello, Dancer. Like I think how this is actually working is just like, the people on the internet that really never planned on Cyberpunk, playing it or whatever, and also just like generally hate popular things, are seeing that it's kind of like, you know, it didn't immediately serve up to the hype, which really it never was going to, and they're capitalizing on it by like, being big jerks. It's kind of weird. Oh, did not see you were doing that move. Kind of just weird how the internet is, right? People just kind of do this. Now, what do I mean? I mean, like, it's brought to my attention, usually, well, very much, I stay away from, social media, and, dude, I miss there being music in this game, by the way. It's copyright music, so I have to turn it off. Um, oh, might as well hit you twice. So, despite the fact that I usually stay away from the internet, uh-oh, hold on, I feel like I'm gonna die. Okay, it was brought to my attention that there were like a bunch of people just complaining that like the game doesn't give you enough character customization. The AI is abysmal. I'm dead. And I mean, there's like a whole bunch of things like there's not really any mini games. Game doesn't really have anything to offer in comparison to Grand Theft Auto 5, which has all these mini games and gambling and stuff, and really all the other GTA games. Just naturally, what you would compare Cyberpunk to. And I mean, the arguments just don't make sense, right? Because I mean, first of all, Cyberpunk has like a bunch of genres. Like, there's so many mechanics that some games you look at them and they're like, this one mechanic is what I said this already, but I'm sorry, but this one mechanic, we're gonna build the entire game around it. Like uh, paint the town red. It's just like melee and hand-to-hand combat. That's the entire game. It's a little indie game that blew up several years ago and is now dead. Um, Watch Dogs has hacking. Hacking's just another thing that's in Cyberpunk for fun. Uh, Really, I could just go on forever. There's the loot shooter stuff. There's craftings, whatever. There's just so many different things that Cyberpunk has to offer. And like, this, I haven't noticed like very obvious mini games like, oh, you just step into this one building and here we go. It's just a whole place full of, mini games to play. But it has like spread around the entire map. Like, oh, you can do this and you can like bet $50, and if you beat this guy doing this or this mini game, then it's technically like a mini game activity in its own. Not sure how well my point is getting across, but that's the gist. Is just that they're wrong. And the other complaint is character customization because your character only has one name, so that so that they can like participate in cutscenes. In your character, you can't really change the body mass, I suppose. Like fat. And it's another weird complaint because like yeah, sure you can't. I'm sure there's a good reason that I can't really think of. But you know what you can change? It's like it's literally the length of your genitalia. Did you forget about that? Is that not enough character customization? Does I mean it's like you see where I'm coming from, right? It's a very weird thing to complain about. Uh, Aside from that, I don't know. Maybe I can look here. Right. I also mentioned the AI stuff, which is also a weird complaint because like people are like the NPC AI. Um, well, first of all, you can't really interact with NPCs, which is dumb because NPCs literally have conversations around you, and you can eavesdrop. You can also just like interrupt them in just by like looking at them weird. It's some NPC interaction. I don't know what you want from me. They're having like real conversations that can pertain to the story or a character that is relevant in the story. I mean, is that good enough for you? Obviously not. And there's also like, are you telling me that the AI is worse than like all of the Grand Theft Auto games, such as the one that came out in 2000, like 2004? This 2020 game, it doesn't do AI as well as 2004. I The AI pathing for like civilians, sometimes it's weird, but usually they like when you interrupt them, they just get back on track. I haven't really had a big problem with it watching, so I don't know what they mean. It's just weird. People are being very picky in what they say, but it doesn't make sense. Okay? I mean, if you're gonna be picky, at least like also be correct. It's like, I don't like Cyberpunk because it doesn't have CJ. Okay, that's fair. Okay, just say that. Anyway, uh, basically just like reminding you that gamer outrage is dumb and don't just like have your own opinions, or at least get an opinion from someone that you respect instead of a stranger. I mean, it's like I mean, just by stranger, I really just mean anybody on Reddit. Thanks. All right. And Twitter. There's definitely Twitter also. Uh, Speaking of gamer outrage, though, Game Awards happened, and would you look at that? The Last of Us 2 won best game. Uh, I like soft predicted that it would, but Hades was also a really good game, and it was winning a lot of awards throughout the show. So I was like, between The Last of Us 2 and Hades, I feel like there's a high chance it's Hades for the gameplay. So it's like a well-rounded, good game. But there's still a chance that The Last of Us wins, so I'm gonna put it like 70-30 chance, and then I was sort of wrong. Soft prediction was correct, but more so, everybody else was mad because The Last of Us 2 is not a very well liked game by the internet in general. Now, the people that played it, they like it a lot more, but it's the minority because it's a console game, and the majority is PC gamers that will never touch the game and assume it is bad. Anyway, probably son of probably stop talking so spitefully, I guess. I hate gamers. I hate gamers. I mean, it's still, I didn't really see The Last of Us 2. I kind of wanted to, but it's a long game, and it's not something I could find the time to like sit through. And at this point, it's like, oh well, I know the entire story because it's been out on the internet for over a week, so I kind of like gave up. Cyberpunk, on the other hand, I'm still watching it, so it's kind of different, even though I think it's longer. But I do think that it probably deserved it. I played Hades and I was like, it's a good game, but personally, is it my game of the year? No, that's Dark Souls 3. And sad. Uh, I didn't even play that many games this year, so I'm in no position to really say. But Hades was like it was fun when I picked it up in January, and then I kind of lost interest, and I still haven't picked it back up. So it's kind of like I don't like the game that much, and therefore The Last of Us 2, with all the praise that I've seen, probably deserves it. Yeet. Uh, but here's this other thing that I gotta pick on. So first of all, I've already said in the Dark Souls 3 series that I hate the Game Awards both last year and this year, where like a remake is going to win all these awards. Like winning like the award for Final Fantasy remake on best score. It's okay. I'll let that one slide. They made a new score, I think. But I mean, it's like it's not even like a new game. There's like new elements, but it's like not really a new game. So I'm kind of like, why is it able to win Game of the Year, right? And I'm pretty sure Resident Evil 2 remake saw a lot of awards too. Was it last year? I don't really have a concept of time. Kind of sad. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. Double sip here. Made a little mistake. Son of a. I would like to focus, but at the same time, it's like we're not even that close to the end. No, okay. Okay, hit him twice. Uh, and Resident Evil 2 remake. I mean, it like much like Final Fantasy. It did change a handful of things, but it's still like a remake. And I mean, Resident Evil 3 remake, I think, got even like nominated for one award, which is insulting enough because that game sucked and was like riding on the hype of Resident Evil 2 being a success. Okay, we're gonna buckle in here. Dude, I hate being here. Okay. I mean, we're kind of close. I don't know. That's like 12 hits, dude. And maybe it's more like 8. Dude, I stunned him before I died. Oh god. Okay, do we Ember here? If we live? Which we don't. I was close. I really hate fighting Dancer when you're under leveled. Just fighting bosses under leveled is so unfun because I don't really like being consistent. I just like winning. So aside from the remakes getting awards, the other thing that I have to say is like Among Us won best multiplayer and it beat Animal Crossing. All right? Do I have a problem with that? I mean, not really. Even though like it's obviously recency bias, it's kind of what all awards shows lean on is recency bias. Your game is like a lot more likely to win an award if it just came out. And Among Us, it both just came out in like late August and it simultaneously came out in 2018, which is kind of where my mini argument is. The game is from 2018, but it got nominated for 2020. What's up with that? I mean, Among Us, I like the game. I think it's a pretty good game. But I'm just saying, isn't it weird how is like a 2018 game? I really am the reason that I don't have a problem with it because it's good. But my counter, my little rebuttal is like if Among Us can win an award, hear me out. Slapped. All right. Hear me out. Chess just had its breakout like I don't know, a year or 2 years ago. Why didn't we nominate chess? Think about it. Why didn't we nominate chess for the Game Awards? I'm waiting. You don't have a reason, do you? I know. I know. Because there is no reason to not nominate it. It's clearly it's a masterfully crafted game. It came out a long time ago, but if you can nominate Among Us, which came out a while ago, not this year, then you can nominate other games that didn't come out this year, but kind of broke out from their very niche popularity, like nobody even knew their name until recently. We should have nominated chess. For what category? I mean, Game of the Year is like guaranteed, right? At least nominated. Um, could even be like game of the decade, century even. Some people would agree. Aside from that, best score. The I don't know. I don't even remember most of the awards. I only like half watched the Game Awards just for the announcements. Speaking of announcements from the Game Awards, Sephiroth for Smash. We're really just like touching all the games in this one episode. Um, don't touch me, no. Um, I mean, first of all, I was like super confused. Like, hold on, Sephiroth is from Final Fantasy, and then I could have sworn his name just pops up. Sorry, I fat fingered the pause button. Could have sworn his name just pops up in uh Kingdom Hearts a lot. Turns out he's in both. I know nothing about either series, so it was a shock to me. Um, but also like that also just shows you how little I care. It kind of seems like they just threw in a character with a sword for the sake of it being like, we worked really hard on Minecraft Steve and now we don't have anything prepared. No, I rolled! I rolled! Dude, I'm popping this. Don't stop me now. I didn't take any damage from the explosion. That's news to me. Alright. So yeah, it's Sephiroth, like who cares, right? Aside from the novelty, it's kind of like how interesting of a character is this gonna be? I don't really know. I didn't even like watch the full trailer. I only saw the part where he swung his sword. So naturally, I assume this character only swings his sword. Dude, I hate being here. No, 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 no. Okay, this is gonna be really hard to win, especially getting hit there. Sucks. Especially getting hit here sucks. Alright. I need you to leave the corner, you big jerk. Okay, I don't even want to dodge the spin. I'm scared for my life. Hit him once. You son of a, stop doing AoE. All he knows is AoE. Okay. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. You don't sound very calm. That's what I died because you weren't calm. This is all your fault. My heart is broken. I hate this game, etc. Angry. Oof. Speaking of Sephiroth, I haven't played Smash in a while. Uh, kind of a fun game. What's up with that? You know, it's almost like it's been out for like 2 years. It's crazy, right? It's I believe later this December. It'll have been out since like December 2018 or something. Did you ever play the Smash story? I the story mode, I mean, it's kind of like a joke. I distinctly remember like just using Kirby and up B spam, and they were like, this guy can't be killed. There's no way that you can counter the Kirby up B up special. And then eventually I like just I unlocked Ganondorf, and then I just kind of like spammed up smash, and they were like, this is impossible still. How do you counter the up smash when it attacks so wide? Can't blame them, you know? It's Ganondorf. Ganondorf is a fun character, you know? Like if you're fighting somebody that's good, they can probably just like beat you. But I mean, I don't I that's relying on your enemy being good, which is like already rule one is broken. You're supposed to hope that they make mistakes and they're bad, and you get mad if they're not. That's how I approach multiplayer games in general. Dude, stop going in circles. You look like a fool. Dude, it would be great if we just beat Dancer. Would be pretty nice. Didn't just I mean I should have expected that move. I did not. Hey, let's get a little heal. Don't worry about that noise. If if it happens again, like don't worry about that noise. It's just like assume it's like beautiful music played during the boss fight. Speaking of boss fight, the boss fight's about to end unless we drink all of our healing and we don't get hit like that. Okay, well this puts us in a bad spot. We were originally like winning, but I unfortunately I got hit 3 times and there goes my entire health bar. It's real fun. It's real fun fighting, Dancer when you're not supposed to and you don't have any armor. Can't really buy any armor, by the way. There's no way for me to buy armor. There's no way for me to get any armor because I've looted the entire area and there's just no armor. Um, what else could I do? Can you parry Dancer? Does it matter? Like, why would I do that? If I have Castus, then I would do it, but I don't. And this shield, I'll show you. It has no absorption at all. So I would just die if I tried to block a 2-hit. Therefore, if I tried to parry, I would also just die. Brilliant, right? So what do I do? I don't know. It's clearly just trial and error. I looked through the shop. It's like no weapons. This is basically among our best weapons. Probably off camera, beat Dancer. It's not a real boss. Don't care. You should not care if I beat it off camera because it's not a real boss. It's not a boss made by the modder. It's just a bad boss from Dark Souls 3, among the worst even. Just slightly above the Deacons of the Deep and below Crystal Sage. Anyway, next episode we will have beaten Dancer and we will explore a new area. I hope you enjoyed the discussion today. Like the video, subscribe. I'm angry. Probably just gonna roll into the fire and die. Oof, ouch, 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 ouch.